Picture 90. In case you haven't heard this, John became one of the best managers in the company. The scene takes place in a bright and busy office at a travel company. A man in a suit named John is standing proudly while others in the office look at him with admiration. The walls are covered with posters and awards showing that John became one of the best managers in the company, and people are working at their desks. Picture 91. He was so excited that he asked his personal assistant to buy everybody a drink. The scene takes place outdoors near the pyramids of Egypt during sunset. Four well-dressed people are standing and sitting around a table, raising their glasses in celebration and smiling happily. On the table, there are several green bottles, plates, and a basket of French fries, and a small group of tourists can be seen walking in the background. Picture 92. You'd better realize that there is no other way to do that. The scene takes place on a city street where a group of people with backpacks are gathered around a man holding a map. The man in the center looks serious and is giving advice while the others listen carefully or react with concern. Behind them are several shops, and it seems like they are trying to figure out which direction to go next. Picture 93. Would it be possible for you to tell us how he is doing? The scene takes place on a quiet city street where an ambulance is parked with its back doors open. Several paramedics are gathered around a patient on a stretcher, preparing to load them into the ambulance. Other people, including medical staff and bystanders, are standing or sitting nearby, watching with serious and concerned expressions. Picture 94. I would appreciate it if you could share this with your friends. The scene takes place on a street with shops and people walking by. A girl with long brown hair is smiling and handing out a card that asks someone to share with their friends. In the background, other students with backpacks are chatting and walking together, creating a friendly and casual atmosphere. Picture 95. What makes you think it is so expensive? The scene takes place in a desert marketplace with pyramids and a tower in the background. A man sitting on a stool looks surprised as he asks the flower seller why 12 roses cost $500. The seller, standing behind a table full of red roses, explains that in this place, the price is worth whatever people are willing to pay. Picture 96. I'm afraid that every one of you must leave this place at once. The scene takes place on a flooded street in a small town where people are wading through deep water. A police officer stands in the foreground, facing a large crowd and giving instructions to evacuate. Traditional houses line the street, and many people are carrying bags or boxes as they try to leave the area quickly. Picture 97. Mr. Abdullah said, "The more I think about it, the more frustrated I get." The scene shows a flooded street during heavy rain, with water reaching up to a man's knees. A frustrated shop owner stands in front of his store, raising his hands in anger as his goods are getting ruined. The store signs have spelling errors, and behind him, a rickshaw and bags of products are partly underwater, adding to the chaotic mood. Picture 98. It appears that they are not doing their job at all. Am I right? The scene shows a flooded urban street during heavy rain, with water reaching up to a man's knees. A man in a suit stands in the middle of the water, pointing at the empty buildings and speaking with frustration. Barrels, debris, and a partially submerged van are floating in the street, and the buildings look run down and abandoned. Picture 99. Now that all my children are in college, I have a lot of free time to do this kind of thing. The scene takes place in a cozy, artistic shop filled with handmade pottery, crafts, and decorations. A young man is asking the shop owner how he got into the business, and the older man is explaining with a smile and open hands. Behind them, shelves are filled with ceramic items, plants, and a typewriter, creating a warm and creative atmosphere.